Hello guys, this is Virender Singh and welcome back at Mastercam Mill 3D Tutorials and Toolpaths. This is our Mastercam Mill 3D 5th video, and in this video I already defined you or already we discussed about that how we can import a new model in Mastercam, and after that how we can set up that one part, and after I also defined you how we can create all the roughing toolpath like that kind of. And now in this video we discuss about the two new finishing operations. So both of these finishing operations we are discuss about the first time in Mastercam Mill 3D. So both of these finishing operations are, the number one operation is radial and then the next one operation is the blend. Both of these operations are most using for that kind of profile. Many times we are using radial for that kind of profile, and a blend mill toolpath, it is most using toolpath for finishing my finished parts. So I will discuss about both of these, and also I will define all the parameters and what is the condition when we are defining both of these toolpaths. So let me show you that how we can create both of these toolpaths. So before creating both of these toolpaths, I just rename that one toolpath is rough, and now I just create a new toolpath. Here I have to go group and new toolpath, and I just have to input that is finish. After that I just create a stock model or a new stock model. So for creating a new stock model I just have to go in stock model 12R2 and change the color of my new stock model. And now I have to go here stock model, it is my previous stock model, and I have to select the machining, that what is the machining that is removing material from my part. And now I just create regenerating of my toolpath. So guys, as you can see here, my toolpath is generated and my toolpath is done, and all raw material is removing as my part can. So now in this video I will define you, or we will discuss about that how we can create a finishing toolpath for that one part. So for creating a finishing toolpath I just copy that one my previous operation and paste here. Now I have to go in a parameter, and first thing is my toolpath type. Now as we know that we are selecting my finishing toolpath, I have to go in a toolpath and I have to select my finish toolpath. Which one toolpath we have to select? That is my radial toolpath, as we already discussed. Then the next one thing is model geometry. So my model geometry is same as my previous, but for that one part I just have to unselect all my model geometry and select a specific model geometry. Which one model geometry I have to select? I have to select only that one model geometry. As you can see here, I have to just select that one model geometry as a machining, and now I have to press end selection. Now I have to zero both of these wall stock as well as the floor stock, and now the next one step is toolpath control. So in a toolpath control I just stay that one is okay, and now I have to go in a tool. I have to select my tool. So for selecting a new tool I have to go in a filter and select a new toolpath. I have to select a new tool, that is my ball nose. So I just select a new ball nose tool, it is 6R3, and now I can input my feed and spindle speed as per my tool and material. And now I have to just input finish by the help of radial toolpath. And now the next one step I have to go in a holder and stock. At stock I just have to off trim to stock, and now I have to come at the cutting parameter of radial toolpath. All these parameters are same as my roughing operation, but for that one here my cutting parameter is different. And now in this video radial toolpath is we are discuss about the first time for Mastercam Mill 3D tutorials. Now the first step I have to define, that is my step over. Step over is what is my depth. Step over value, it is for 6 mm of tool, it is 0.15, and now percentage of tool diameter, it should be 100. Then the next one step is scallop height, it should be automatically calculated from step over value. Then the next one step is I have to define my inner diameter. So what is my inner diameter? If we want to define my inner diameter, so for that one I have to show the drawing. So as you can see here drawing that my inner diameter is 51 mm and my outer diameter is 102 mm. But for that one operation, it is here they are asking us inner radial. So that time we input 51 divided by 2, and we have to also input what is the outer diameter. It is 102 divided by 2. So as you can see here, that time automatically my tool will be, so that time automatically my angle will be calculated. My inner radius is 25.5 and my outer radius is 51.0. Now the next one tool, that is my angle. So what we have to do with the angle, that is my start angle as well as end angle. So for defining my start angle, what is my start angle? So as we know, for that one toolpath I have to machining for only that one portion to that one portion. So for that time my start angle is 90 degree, maybe 90 degree, but I just input one angle is previous, and now my end angle is 270, but I don't define 270. If I just define 270, so that time what is happening I will show you. And now the transitions is equal, step and shallow, and all these parameters are same as my previous. Now I just regenerate my that one toolpath. So as you can see here, my toolpath is regenerating. If I want to show you my toolpath, so that time as you can see here, when my tool is machining for that one portion, so that time what will be happen, my tool will be collision with that part. So what I have to do, I have to make my angle, the end angle is as a properly. So for making my end angle at a proper position, I have to go in a parameter and input in a cutting parameter. I just make, in place of 270, I just input 250 degree, and now okay, and again regenerating. So when I just make that one regenerating, so as you can see here, I want to show you my toolpath. So for that one toolpath, analyze toolpath. So it is my last toolpath area. So I just make tool at that one portion. So that time what is happening, it is easily or smoothly movement. If I want to also set up toolpath in that one direction, so that time I can also do. So for that one I just go in a parameter and increase my tool is 260, and now okay, and again regenerate. So I have to check my toolpath. So analyze toolpath. So as you can see here, also at the 260 degree, my tool is not collide with my surface. So as you can see here, I can easily make machining for that one portion from here. But when I just machining by the help of radial toolpath, so that time as you can see here, what is happening, let me show you in a 2D simulation. My tool is coming here and again retract from here and again machining. So that time my total cycle time will be automatically increases. So that time what I have to do, I have to select my cutting method is different. So for that time I have to go in a parameter, and here I have to change my cutting method, that is zigzag. So what is happening when I was just selecting a zigzag method? So as you can see here, my toolpath retraction is 0. At here, let me show you in a 2D simulation. Toolpath is coming here and that will be automatically coming from that one direction, and again it will be cutting from here to here continuously. So guys, as you can see here, my toolpath is done. And now the next one step, I will show you that how it will be cutting in a 3D area or in a 3D part. So guys, as you can see here, my toolpath is generated and my tool is machining in a very good and smooth like. So now I have to define that my toolpath in a 3D. So I have to go in a verify. So before verifying that one toolpath, I have to go in a simulator option, and here I have to define my raw material size is my previous, that is that one, and now I have to go in a verify. So when we are just click on a verify, so that time as you can see here my toolpath is showing here. So now what the step that we have to go, I just run that time. So what is happening, my tool is starting to cutting my that one part. So guys, as you can see here, that time my radial toolpath is very good and suitable for that kind of part when we want to machining that area. So as you can see here, my tool is cutting in a very good and smooth surface finish. So as you can see here, my tool is machining from that one portion to that one portion, but it is not cutting at that area. So now the next one step, I have to cutting that one area. So what I have to do for cutting that one portion, let me show you. So for cutting that one area, so what I have to do, I have to create a new toolpath, and that toolpath will create, that is my blend toolpath. So when we are creating a blend toolpath, so for creating a blend toolpath, when we are creating a blend toolpath, so that time we have required two curves for creating a blend toolpath. So we have to create first two curves, and after that we will make my blend toolpath. So for creating a blend toolpath, first I have to go in wireframe, create a line from center to here, and now I just click on here. Now what is my angle that when previously I was cut, that is my 260 degree. So I just define that one angle is 250 degree, and okay. And then the next one step, I have to define line, create a line from center line to here, and now divide, break, trim here, trim here, trim here. And now what I have to do, I have to offset that one line. Why I am offsetting that one line, I will define at the last end of the program. So I just offset that one line. So for offsetting that one line, I have to go in offset, click here and click here. So what is the distance that I have to offset? That is 1.5 mm, and okay. And I just delete my previous line and modify length. I just increase my line length from here to something and also something at here. I have to go in a divide. So as you can see here, my toolpath is doing well, but my both of these curves are created. So now as you can see here, my toolpath is done. The next one step that I have to do, that I have to create my blend toolpath. So for creating my blend toolpath, I have to copy that one program and I just paste here. Now the next one step, I have to go in a parameter. Toolpath type is, as we know, we already discussed, that is my blend toolpath. Now the model geometry is the same like as my previous toolpath control is same. But here I have to define my curves. So for defining my curves, I have to click here and the curve, select here, and first curve and then the second curve and press OK. Now the next step is I have to define my tool. So what is the tool size I am going to be choose, that is 3 mm, and the corner radius of that one tool is 1.5 mm. Now we can also define here the name of my toolpath as in a comment. So that is blend. Now the next one step is stop and cutting parameter. So I have to input what is the step over, that is 0.1, and now I again transitions, step and shallow, linking parameter, all will be remaining same, and now I just have to regenerating my toolpath. So guys, as you can see here, my toolpath is generated, but when I want to simulate that toolpath, so that time what is happening, my tool is firstly collide here and it is cutting in that one type, but I don't want to cut tool is like that. I want to cut my tool in a direction like as a radial. So I have to go in cutting parameter, change my direction from across to along. When I just click on across, so that time you can see here it is cutting like that, but when I just click on along and press OK and regenerate, so that time what is happening when I just want to regenerating my toolpath. So as you can see here, my toolpath is doing very well in a straight way. So it is cutting in a outside inside, outside inside. So that time toolpath and the finishing will going to be very well. So as you can see here, that is my top view, but when I just creating that one toolpath is like that, so that time my material is remaining at that one portion. So what I have to do for machining that one area, so let me show you that what the tricks that I have to do for machining that one portion. So for machining that one portion, I have to go in a modify length, increase length from here, length at here, and I press OK and again regenerate. So as you can see here, when I just increase, so as you can see here, my toolpath is automatically increases as per my surface. So you can understand that how we can create my blend toolpath when we want to make a proper or a smooth finishing. So as you can see, when I want to machining at that kind of part, so that time we can increases our toolpath by help of increasing our curve. So the next one step that I have to also want to define you that I was choose offset that one my portion is 1.5 mm. So let me show you that why I just offsetting that 1.5 mm, because I was selecting my tool is 3 mm of ball nose. So that time my 3 mm of ball nose is touching at the bottom portion is that, and 3 mm ball nose corner radius is 1.5 mm. So that's why I just offset when I just select the 3 mm of ball nose. So that time I just offset that one is 1.5 mm of my corner radius of toolpath. So now as you can see, when I just select on a finishing toolpath or both of these toolpaths, so as you can see here, my toolpath is going very well and it is make a surface finish toolpath at the both of these portions. But I want to also create at the here area. So what I have to do, I just rotate that my toolpath from here to here. So let me show you what we have to do when we want to rotate my toolpath from here to there. So for rotating my toolpath, I have to go in a toolpath, click on toolpath transform, and now I have to select rotate and select both of these operations. Now click on a tool plane including origin, and now which of operation I have to rotate, that is my both of these operation. Now the next one step is rotate, and how many numbers of rotation I want to define, that is 91, and what is the angle of my rotation, that is 180 degree from my reference point, and now I have to press here. So guys, as you can see here, my transformed toolpath, when I just rotate my toolpath, so that time it is also coming at the here. So let me show you in a finishing toolpath that how it is going to be machining in a very smooth. So I just go in a verify. So guys, as you can see here, when I just press on a verify, so that time my raw material is coming here, and that is after roughing raw material, and now I just press run. So that time, as you can see here, my toolpath is starting to cutting from that one portion. So my first portion is machining in a very good, and now that is time here is my second one portion that is also cutting, and now the next one step is I want to cut that one area. So it is starting to cutting from here to the last one area, and now so as you can see here, my all the portion is cutting in a very good and smooth finishing. So thank you very much. I wish you understand both of these toolpaths, that is radial as well as the blend toolpath. be connected and updated for more videos. Thank you.